Adversity, nobody's immune to it. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about the 3 keys that help you through the transition: accountability, adaptability, and responsibility. All right, Buckeye fans, how's everybody doing? Even if you're not a Buckeye fan, hey, we appreciate whoever you root for. I am James Cotton. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is our cool segment that I like to call Transition Tuesdays. This one that we have in store for you today, this is one of my all-time favorites because I think everybody in the world, everybody has been faced with a little bit of adversity. So I would like to tell you guys about a couple personal situations that I faced when I was just a teenager, man. I was a teenager. I was a great athlete in high school. I'm not trying to brag on myself, but I was a 3-sport star. I played for Collinwood High School in Cleveland, Ohio. Our big rivalry game used to be the Glenville Tarblooders, man. And we know a little bit about the Glenville Tarblooders because they put some guys in Buckeye uniforms: Troy Smith, Dante Wintner, just to name a couple guys, man. There's many, many more. But I've had the opportunity to watch those guys play, but I was kind of like the pioneer from my high school that paved the way for all of those guys to come to the Ohio State University. And when I was in high school, like I said, I was highly touted, #1 recruit coming out my senior year. And guess what? I was faced with some serious adversity. When I say serious adversity, I'm talking about torn ACL, major reconstruction. Basically, in 1994, your career was pretty much over with. I had a couple doctors that said they could get me back together, rehab. But as a 16-year-old kid, you could only imagine what was going through my mind. Like, how am I going to actually recover from this? I have no characteristic tools that we've been talking about over the past few segments, and I'm talking commitment, discipline. Like, I hadn't established myself in that regard. So this was an opportunity to develop my skill set. So being faced with adversity, it was an opportunity for me to really see who my true friends were. It was an opportunity for me to figure out, what am I going to do with my life? I can't play football anymore. So what am I actually here on earth to do? I had to become very spiritual and talk to God and really get an understanding. And this is when I truly found out that it is up to me to withhold and for me to hold my faith and trust in God. So being faced with adversity, you got to figure out, what am I doing? I have to be accountable. So bullet point #1, I would like to talk about accountability. Accountability is big in facing adversity. So when you're accountable for your own actions, how did I get myself into this situation? How am I going to get myself out of this situation? I had to be accountable for my actions. There was a situation where I was real immature, put myself in bad situations where I made poor decisions, and I had to be accountable for my actions. And I stole something and I got caught stealing. I had to face the consequences of those actions. And so I'm encouraging you guys know right from wrong. I was very young, very immature, but that was a big key teacher in me being accountable. So I want every young folk out there, every person out there, understand that your actions, you have to be accountable for them when you're faced with adversity, because your adversity could put you in a desperate situation. My adversity put me in a desperate situation. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I made a poor decision. So me being accountable made me understand that there's more to life. I need to surround myself with better people. I am accountable for what I'm doing. Nobody else, just me. So I encourage all of you guys to make sure that when you're out here, somebody else is watching you. You're a role model to somebody. Somebody looks up to you, whether it's a brother, a cousin, a friend. Somebody is looking up to you. So make sure you're accountable for your actions. And so next, I would like to talk about being able to adapt to different situations. So my high school football career was predicated on me being able to adapt and adjust. The only way I could get a scholarship was to obviously get knee surgery, total reconstruction knee surgery. You know how scary that is as a 16-year-old kid? And let's just say my surgery didn't go the best. I ended up in the hospital for 3 days, throwing up, holding my mom's hand, and being extremely scared. But I had to be able to adapt. I had to get my mental right. I had to take some time out. I had to say some prayers. God answered my prayers because I had to figure out a way, how could I become mentally tough to get myself back to form, get myself back in the graces with the school, and put myself back on the radar to become a Division I player. That was my dream. That was my goal as a 16-year-old kid. I wanted to make sure I could get my college paid for because my mom or dad could not afford to send me to school. So I had to adapt to my situation. So what I did was I took 2 years to rehab my knee. So in 1994, I had total reconstruction knee surgery. Then I took 2 years to get myself back to full strength. So I was able to adapt to my situation and adjust. So now I'm making the adjustment to get myself prepared to go to college. And so I got myself in a position to where I went to City College of San Francisco in 1996, played 2 years of junior college ball, was an All-American, and transferred to The Ohio State University. But let's rewind and go back to that ultimate day when I tore my ACL and all of the hard work that I had to put in. I had to adapt to my situation. So being able to adapt is going to be really, really good for you moving forward as a person. So if you're a businessman, if you're a kid in school, high school, college student, you being able to adapt and adjust to your environment is really what's going to help get you to the next level. And so that helped me being accountable, adapting, and ultimately being responsible. Nobody else is responsible for your actions. Being responsible is what's going to really take your maturation to the next level. So understanding that when you put in a situation, you have to make sure you're surrounded by the right people. So you have to be responsible to pick out mentors. You got to be responsible to pick out your friends. You got to be responsible to trust in people that you put in your life that's going to help guide you to make really tough decisions. Now, I had to make a tough decision between choosing a college. I was so lucky to have my dad assist me in this. I was lucky to have my mom to share her input. And some of my dad's friends went on to play NBA basketball. They went on to get Division I scholarships. So I had a nucleus of people that had already done what I've done. So I made sure that when it was time for me to make a decision, that I was responsible enough and understood for me to do the research that it takes to get myself to my ultimate goal, which was getting a Division I scholarship. So the 3 things that we talked about today: accountability, adaptability, and being responsible. Those are going to be key things in your transition as you guys transition from leaving another job or getting promoted to the next grade or graduating from high school or college. Like, you're going to find yourself in adverse situations. So I hope that my story can be therapeutic for you today, because it sure as heck was therapeutic for me. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribing, make sure you click that little bell so you get notified on the next cool and awesome video that we're going to be releasing. So I hope you guys like this t-shirt. We're representing the Fiesta Bowl. The Buckeyes got an upcoming game. So you guys enjoy the game. If you want a t-shirt, just pop online, buckeyecon.com/store. You can get yourself an autographed t-shirt. I would love to sign and personalize a cool Buckeyes Fiesta Bowl t-shirt for you today. So thanks for tuning in. Check out all of our media outlets, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you guys tune in, man. I love you guys. Go Bucks.